You ever wonder if she's secretly hoping you'll break no contact you've pulled back focused on yourself? But something tells you she's still thinking about you. So, what if she's waiting, hoping you'll make the first move in this video? We'll break down the signs she's wishing you'd reach out, how your silence affects her, and why sticking to your path might be your greatest advantage. And yes, we'll connect it all back to Stoicism, showing you how staying composed is your real superpower. Let's dive in. Number 1. She's wondering if you miss her too. She might act like she's moved on. She's wondering if you miss her too. Maybe she's posting, like she's living her best life, surrounded by friends, smiling in every photo, giving off the impression that she's completely unbothered. But deep down, she's wondering if you're missing her too. That silence you've chosen creates an echo, one that fills her mind with questions. The truth is, people rarely move on as fast as they pretend to by pulling away. You force her to confront her own emotions. She's likely battling with herself, debating whether your absence means indifference or something deeper. Here's the thing. Sometimes she's secretly hoping you'll break no contact. She might act indifferent. But the truth is, your absence has created a void she's not ready to admit, just like the Stoics taught when something is taken away. Only then do we truly appreciate its value. Epictetus once said, "We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them." And right now, her judgment is clouded by the uncertainty your silence brings. Maybe she checks her phone more often than she admits, hoping to see your name pop up. She might replay old conversations or scroll through your photos wondering if you're thinking about her, the same way she's thinking about you. She could even be testing your resolve by posting things designed to catch your attention, whether it's pictures of her having fun or subtle hints that suggest she's moved on. But why would she do that? Because deep down, she wants to know if you'll break, if your silence is just a temporary act or a true testament to your strength. Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." The same applies to your approach here. If breaking no contact would only serve to gratify her curiosity or momentarily soothe your own doubts, then it's not the right move. Your silence, your decision to step back, isn't about manipulating her emotions. It's about reclaiming your own power. It's about protecting your peace of mind. It's human nature to crave validation, especially from someone we once held close. But as the Stoics believed, true contentment comes from within, not from the approval of others. By choosing not to break no contact, you're prioritizing your own growth over her fleeting attention. And that, my friend, is what truly makes her question everything. Your silence is like a mirror reflecting her own thoughts and feelings. She has to face her doubts, her regrets, and her curiosity without your reassurance. And sometimes that silence hits harder than any words could, because deep down she knows if she wants your presence again, she'll have to be the one to break the silence, and even then it will be on your terms, not hers. Number 2. Pride holds her back. Pride holds her back. Pride is a tricky thing. Even if she misses you, her ego might stop her from reaching out. Instead of admitting she wants to hear from you, she might double down on her silence, hoping that you'll crack first. It's a mental tug-of-war between her pride and her feelings, and the longer you stay silent, the more uncertain she becomes. She may tell herself that she's done, but her mind keeps circling back to you, especially when you refuse to break your calm. What frustrates her the most is that her attempts to appear unaffected aren't working as planned. Now, here's the thing. She might be secretly hoping you'll be the one to break no contact, not because she truly wants to move on, but because she craves that reassurance. Her pride won't allow her to seek directly. This is where your silence feels like a mirror forcing her to confront the reality she's trying so hard to deny. Think about it. If she's hoping you'll be the one to reach out, then it's not really closure. She's looking for, it's validation. It's proof that she still holds some power over your emotions. And when you refuse to play that game, it leaves her feeling exposed and conflicted. Stoicism teaches us that control over ourselves is the only true control we possess. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." So while she's wrestling with her own pride and trying to lure you back with silence, your decision to remain composed and steadfast speaks volumes. It's not about punishing her or playing games. It's about reclaiming your peace of mind. When you choose to maintain your calm, you are essentially saying, "I control my actions. Not you, my peace is mine. Not for you to disrupt at your convenience." See, when you refuse to break no contact, you're demonstrating a rare strength, emotional discipline, and emotional discipline is attractive. It signals that you respect yourself enough to not be swayed by impulsive reactions. It shows her that your peace of mind is not dependent on her attention or validation. And ironically, that's what often draws her back. The more you remain true to yourself, the more you become a mystery she can't solve. So now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about this dynamic between pride, silence, and emotional discipline? Have you experienced something like this before, where your silence said more than words ever could? Take a moment to reflect and share your thoughts in the comments. Or if you're not sure what to say, just drop this in the comments. My peace is not up for negotiation. Let's keep this conversation real and grounded. Number 3. Testing your patience without even knowing. Testing your patience without even knowing it. Sometimes she'll drop hints or create situations to see if you'll react. Maybe she reaches out indirectly through mutual friends or leaves subtle comments online. Perhaps she even posts content specifically designed to catch your attention. Whether she's trying to make you jealous or simply test your patience, her actions reveal one thing she wants to know. You still care. It's a delicate game, one where she's trying to gauge your feelings without appearing vulnerable. What she doesn't realize is that your composure is your true power. Think about it. Maybe she's suddenly posting more often, flaunting her new adventures or experiences. She's making sure her online presence is strong, vibrant, and seemingly fulfilled. But if you look closer, you might notice a pattern. Maybe she's sharing memories that subtly involve you, or quoting songs that once meant something between you two. It's her way of extending a hand without fully opening herself up to rejection. Marcus Aurelius often emphasized the importance of keeping one's mind calm and steady, unaffected by the actions of others. You're embracing that wisdom now when you choose not to react. You're telling her something powerful, that your peace isn't something she can easily disrupt. Your calmness is a testament to your strength. It shows her that you're not the same man she once knew, swayed by every glance, every hint, every provocation. She may be hoping you'll break no contact, but what truly captures her attention is when you don't, when you stay firm in your resolve, when you continue moving forward without looking back. You're showing her a new version of yourself, one that's grounded, patient, and unshakable. The irony is the more you refuse to break no contact, the more her curiosity deepens. She starts questioning why her tactics aren't working, why you haven't responded like you used to, why her attempts at sparking jealousy or curiosity only meet silence. That's when your power truly shines. You're not playing games. You're applying what the Stoics have always taught: control over yourself is the highest form of power. Whether she eventually reaches out or not isn't your concern. Your focus remains on yourself, on building something stronger from within. So if you're wondering whether she's secretly hoping you'll break no contact, remember that it's not about her desires or her need for validation. It's about your ability to remain composed and unaffected by her actions. As Seneca once said, "He who is brave is free." Your courage to remain still, to remain grounded, grants you a freedom she can't touch. Number 4, you're a mystery now. You're a mystery now. By not chasing her, you've become unpredictable. And mystery is attractive. She can't read you, and that sparks curiosity and even desire. She's wondering if you've moved on, if you're thinking about her, if you're out there living your best life. It's the unknown that drives her interest when you were always available. She knew exactly where you stood. Now, your silence has painted you as someone who values their own space and time, which makes you appear more valuable. As Seneca said, the more you value your own time, the more others will value you. When you pull back, you focus on becoming the best version of yourself. This isn't about manipulation, it's about self-respect. Imagine her picking up her phone, scrolling through old messages, trying to piece together where it all went wrong. She might feel a pang of regret, maybe even guilt replaying conversations in her mind. But here's the twist. Your silence speaks louder than words ever could. It suggests strength, discipline, and a commitment to your own growth. It suggests that you're not waiting around for her approval to validate your worth. Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." When you embrace this mindset, you're no longer desperate for her validation. You've detached from that desire. And paradoxically, that's exactly what draws her closer. The very absence of your attention becomes the source of her intrigue. She may act indifferent. She may act like your absence doesn't bother her. But deep down, she feels the void, because before you were predictable, they're always available, always ready to chase. Now you've become a mystery, and that mystery keeps her up at night. It's like a puzzle. She can't solve a story that lacks closure, and nothing lingers in the mind more than unfinished business. The Stoics teach us to be indifferent to things beyond our control. You've applied that principle by letting go of the urge to reach out to explain yourself, to beg for attention. Instead, you've turned your focus inward on your own progress, your own peace. And whether she realizes it or not, that strength, that quiet composure is what makes you stand out. Maybe she's secretly hoping you'll break no contact because deep down, she wants to feel your presence again. She wants that validation, that comfort of knowing she's still on your mind, but by not giving in, you show her something far more compelling. You show her that you respect yourself enough to walk away when you're not valued. And if she comes back, it won't be because you chased her. It'll be because your silence made her realize just how valuable your presence truly was. Take a moment to sit with this idea. You've become a mystery, and that's a powerful place to be. When you stop explaining, chasing, or trying to prove your worth, you create space for someone else to feel your absence. That space, it echoes, and often it echoes louder than any message you could send if this message struck a chord with you. I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments, or if you're keeping things simple but strong, just type, "I've become the mystery." She can't ignore. Number 5, she wants to know you still care, even if she ended things a part of. She wants to know you still care. Her wants to know you still care. Your silence can feel like rejection or worse, indifference. She wants to feel your presence even when you're not around. It's a natural human desire. But by refusing to chase, you're showing her that your happiness doesn't depend on her. It's a subtle but powerful message. Here's the thing, she might have pulled away, but that doesn't mean she's immune to the void your absence creates. People often crave reassurance even after pushing someone away. It's a paradox, pushing you away to see if you'll come running back. Because if you do, it validates her importance in your life. If you don't, it leaves her questioning everything. And that doubt, it's like a whisper that keeps echoing in her mind, making her wonder if she made the right decision. As Marcus Aurelius said, it is not events that disturb people. It is their judgments concerning them. Her perception of your silence will shape her emotions far more than the silence itself. If she expects you to break no contact to prove you care, then every day you remain steadfast only amplifies her curiosity and intrigue. Maybe she's replaying the last conversation you had, analysing your words and actions, trying to make sense of your calmness. Maybe she's testing your patience, hoping you'll break first just to prove that you still care. But your decision to remain silent shows her that you've chosen peace over turmoil, purpose over desperation. Understand this by not breaking no contact. You're not being cruel or heartless. You're simply respecting your own emotional well-being. You're showing her that your happiness doesn't hinge on her validation, and whether she realizes it now or later, that kind of strength leaves a lasting impression. She may not admit it, but part of her wants to see you bend to break, to reach out and confirm that she still matters to you. But when you don't, it leaves her with questions she can't answer. And those unanswered questions will linger longer than any text message or call ever. Could the irony is the very thing she's waiting for? Your pursuit is the very thing that will push her away if you give in too soon, but by holding your ground, you maintain your dignity and self-respect. And those qualities, they're far more attractive than any words you could say. Number 6, she's afraid you've moved. She's afraid you've moved on your silence can trigger a powerful fear within her, one that she may not even want to admit to herself. The idea that you've moved on without her can feel unsettling every day that passes. Without you, reaching out is another day where she wonders if she's lost you for good. The fear of you building a new life, finding happiness, or even someone else can be hard for her to handle. When she starts imagining her place in your life fading away, that's when her emotions grow the strongest. But here's something she might not realize. Your silence isn't just about absence. It's about presence. It's about your presence in her thoughts, her emotions, her imagination. Because when you step back, her mind starts filling in the gaps. She wonders what you're doing, who you're with, whether you've truly let go or if you're simply waiting for her to make the first move. And that uncertainty, it can be more consuming than any conversation you could ever have. She may even secretly hope you'll break no contact just to relieve that tension building up within her. She might be telling herself, if he reaches out, then maybe he still cares. But the more she waits and the more your silence stretches, on the more powerful your position becomes in her mind. You become something of a mystery, a closed book she desperately wants to reopen. And the truth is, we're drawn to what's elusive. We chase what pulls away. It's human nature. The paradox is that your very detachment becomes the thing that makes her curious, that keeps her thoughts circling. Back to you. It's the absence of contact that makes her realize just how much your presence mattered. And if she's secretly hoping you'll break no contact, it's only because your silence has proven something powerful. You are not bound by her validation or her acknowledgement. You are free. Your silence speaks volumes, echoing with the strength of a man who's learned to value his own peace above all else. Whether she reaches out or continues to wrestle with her thoughts, you remain centered steady as a mountain, unshaken by the storms that rage around you. And that right there is where true power lies. Number 7. You're making her chase you without even. You're making her chase you without even trying. By staying silent, you've flipped the script entirely instead of being the one trying to gain her attention or prove your worth. Now she's the one questioning her position in your life. When you step away from constantly trying to impress her, she's left wondering where she stands with you. Your calm detachment speaks volumes. It tells her that you're not desperate for her validation and that you value your own peace above chasing someone who can't appreciate you. She might be secretly hoping you'll break no contact. Why? Because it would reaffirm her power over you. It would tell her that despite everything, you're still tethered to her, that your emotions are still within her reach. But when you choose to remain silent, despite the temptation to reach out, you demonstrate something rare and powerful. Self-mastery, you're telling her without uttering a single word that you are in control of your own emotions and actions. The silence becomes a mirror. Suddenly, she's forced to confront her own emotions without the distraction of your attention. She wonders why you haven't called, why you haven't texted, why you seem so composed when she expected you to break. And here's the kicker. Your silence is not just about her. It's about you choosing peace over unnecessary chaos. It's about you deciding that your emotional well-being matters more than momentary validation. Imagine her picking up her phone, scrolling through old messages, waiting to see your name light up her screen. Every day that passes without your outreach is a day she feels the void of your absence. Maybe she's surrounded by friends. Maybe she's trying to distract herself. But in the quiet moments when she's alone, that's when your silence echoes. The loudest, you see the beauty of this approach isn't about manipulation, it's about understanding your own value. You're not shutting her out to punish her. You're choosing silence to nurture your own growth and peace. You're detaching from her approval and embracing your own journey. You're no longer fixated on her reactions or her validation. You're building something deeper within yourself. Resilience. Clarity and purpose Epictetus once said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." And that's exactly what you're doing. You're reclaiming your freedom by letting go of her approval. She may secretly hope you'll break no contact, but your strength lies in choosing not to. What if she's wondering why you haven't caved in? What if she's realizing that her expectations of your desperation were misplaced? What if, in your silence, she starts to recognize your value in a way she never did before? Your composure forces her to confront her own actions, her own decisions. It's a powerful shift, but the best part, you're not doing this to get her to chase you. You're doing this because you've realized that peace of mind is priceless. Your silence is not a tactic, it's a declaration of your own worth. And if she's secretly hoping you'll break no contact, well, that's her burden to bear, not yours. Number 8, she's trying to get your attention. She's trying to get your attention. She might be using social media, mutual friends, or even indirect messages to get your attention. It's subtle, but it's there. Whether it's posting pictures designed to provoke a reaction or making comments that she knows will get back to you. She's testing the waters. She's trying to gauge if you're still affected by her presence. The irony is, the more you remain calm and detached, the more intrigued she becomes. You see, the moment you initiated no contact, you disrupted the dynamic she was accustomed to. Suddenly, your attention and presence, which she perhaps took for granted, became a void she couldn't easily fill. And so, she wonders. She wonders if you've moved on or if you're simply waiting for her to make the next move. That doubt creates curiosity, and curiosity creates desire. Maybe she's posting stories that hint at nostalgia, songs that remind you of shared moments, or cryptic captions that seem to speak directly to you. And when those subtle hints don't draw you back, she might escalate using mutual friends to mention her name around you, or even crafting situations where you might accidentally cross paths. But all of this stems from the same underlying question burning in her mind is, he really over me? Imagine yourself as a steady mountain unshaken by the storm passing over it. Her efforts are like gusts of wind. They may be forceful, strategic, even persistent, but they do not move you by maintaining your emotional equilibrium. You show her that your peace does not depend on her actions. And paradoxically, that calmness only deepens her intrigue. She expects you to react, to break no contact, to prove that she still holds power over your emotions when you don't. It creates a mystery, an unresolved tension that pulls her thoughts back to you again and again. She may even start to question herself. Why isn't he reacting? Has he truly moved on? Was I wrong to leave? Those questions will echo in her mind, growing louder. The longer you remain composed. The real power lies in understanding that her hope for you to break no contact is built on the assumption that your emotions are still tangled up in her actions. But as a Stoic, you've chosen to rise above that. Your focus is not on her games or attempts to get a reaction. It's on your own growth, your own sense of purpose, your own peace of mind. Number 9, why your silence works, your calm, collected approach. Why your silence works stands out because it shows you value yourself more than her approval. Your peace speaks volumes. It shows her that you're not playing by her rules, but rather living by your own code. You're not chasing, begging, or bending to her expectations. Instead, you're standing firm, focused on your own journey and growing stronger every day. That's what truly captures her attention. When you stick to no contact, especially if she's the one who pulled away, it can mess with her mind more than you think. Why? Because most men break, they fold under pressure desperately, reaching out to get answers, closure, or validation. But you're different. You've embraced the discipline to stay silent to maintain your dignity, even when your emotions try to pull you in every direction. And she notices that even if she doesn't admit it or reaches out right away, your silence lingers in her thoughts. It's like a mirror reflecting her own actions back at her. She starts to wonder why you're not chasing, why you're not desperately trying to rekindle things. And that curiosity can be powerful because when you remove your presence, you force her to feel the weight of your absence. And that silence. Your silence can be deafening from a Stoic perspective. You're exercising control over what truly belongs to you. Your thoughts, your actions, your reactions. You're not allowing her rejection or her withdrawal to dictate your peace of mind. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. And right now, your thoughts are rooted in growth, strength, and self-respect. You're not obsessing over what she's doing or whether she's waiting for you to break no contact. Instead, you're channeling your energy into becoming the man you were meant to be. Imagine this. She's sitting there scrolling through her phone, expecting that text from you because deep down, maybe she's secretly hoping you'll break the silence. Maybe she's counting on you to crack, to cave in and chase her once again. It's a validation game for her, a way to feel in control, but the longer you remain calm and collected, the more it unsettles her. Because it's not what she expected. When she begins to feel that void, she'll start to question everything. Why hasn't he reached out? Does he even care anymore? Has he moved on? And those questions can be haunting, especially when she realizes that your silence isn't a tactic. It's a reflection of your growth. A man who values his peace over temporary validation is a man who's truly hard to replace. The truth is you're showing her something rare, that your strength doesn't depend on her approval or her attention. You're building your life on a foundation of resilience and self-respect, and that's something she can't ignore. The longer you stay true to your own path, the more evident it becomes to her that you're not just waiting around for her to come back. You're building something real, something solid. So if she's secretly hoping you'll break no contact, let her wait, let her feel the absence of your presence. Because what you're doing right now, it's not about games or manipulation. It's about staying true to yourself and respecting your own worth. And that's the kind of energy that makes a woman question everything. She thought she knew. So let's wrap this up. If you've been wondering whether she's secretly hoping you'll break no contact, the answer is more layered than it seems. Her curiosity, her silence, her subtle signs, they're not always about closure. Sometimes they're about control validation or the fear of being forgotten. But here's what matters most: how you respond. You've learned that your silence isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's not indifference. It's intentional. Just like the Stoics taught, your power lies not in controlling her reactions, but in mastering your own. You're not chasing, you're not reacting, you're standing firm in your values, protecting your peace, and choosing growth over validation. Because every moment you remain composed, you show her, and more importantly, yourself, that you're not the same man you once were. You're evolving, you're grounded. And that's the kind of strength that leaves a lasting impact. Let her wonder, let her question, but you stay on your path. Let her feel the absence of a man who knows his worth. If this video brought you clarity, strength, or even just a moment of reflection, do me a favor. Hit that like button to support the channel, and more importantly, drop a comment down below. What part of this video resonated with you the most? I'd love to hear your story or your thoughts. And if you're ready to keep leveling up and embracing your inner Stoic, check out the next recommended videos on screen right now. Trust me, you're just getting started. Stay strong, stay grounded, and remember, your peace is power. Thanks for watching.